League can be a very complicated game, but it doesn't have to be. There are many basic concepts that, when understood and applied, can get you all the way to the top of the ranked ladder. Today's video is a snippet from a session I did with a team competing in the Aegis Marauder League, or AML. This is one of the most competitive amateur tournaments you can compete in as an NA player. The rank cap is 600 LP, which is around Grandmaster, but as you will see from this video, even players this good still benefit from a refresher on basic concepts, because knowing things is only half the battle if you are not consistently applying these concepts in your gameplay. So make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and join my Discord, a positive learning-based community for anyone looking to improve along like-minded individuals. Let's hop into the video.
Does anyone here need a break for a couple minutes? Because we got a lot to talk about.
Yeah, no, I don't need a break, personally.
Well, I think I'm good.
I'm good. I'm
Okay.
also fine.
You have to understand, right now, is there anybody here who's like really sensitive to the way they receive information? Like,
No, I
would
don't
you
think
prefer it if I
No.
sugarcoated shit?
No, you can flame the fuck out of us. Like I think I know in particular. I had
Okay.
some grief.
When I flame because it's like for dramatic effect to get my point across. Okay. So like, let's acknowledge the elephant in the room. This draft sucked dick. You guys still had many chances to get a lead in the game, and we did not do that. So here's what I'm going to do. I prepared a brief presentation that covers some pretty important concepts that I think every team who wants to play at a, what are you guys, 100 LP capped or 600 LP capped? What is it?
100.
Yeah. Like, do you, okay, well, first of all, I should ask, do you guys want to win, or do you guys just want to have fun? So, just so I know, like, from you
We'll
guys,
try
like, what
to
do you
win.
want?
We
For
want
sure.
to win. We want to win.
We want to win.
Okay. Then I need you guys to focus up and tap in, because this shit is going to seem really simple. It's going to seem really straightforward. This is going to be your Bible for everything on, like everything moving on. Build a house, you start with a foundation. Beautiful. I put this together for my European team. I'm going to use it for you guys. It's chill. It's 10 slides. We're going to do questions. It's going to be beautiful. Okay. So I start with something I call axioms, right? This is like the fundamental truths that are immutable. Like, this shit does not change. This is like your 2 + 2 = 4, right? So this is axiom number 1. Numbers advantage is the king of every single play that we make. And you're like, yeah, no shit, Bach. I just watched you guys take 15 fights in a row where you knew you didn't have numbers advantage and you took the fight anyways. League is not a complicated game innately. Like, it can be. You can get super fucking complicated, but you don't need to overcomplicate it before you get the super basics down. This is just like soccer or football or basketball or whatever the fuck. Football American, or however you say that, right? It's a numbers game. You don't pass the ball where you have like 5,000 people marking your guy. You don't walk in 3v5. You look for the man advantage. So like, great, like no shit, Bach. I understand, right? But we can use things in the game to get numbers advantage, such as tempo, matchup understanding, ganks, vision, positioning. All of these like are super broad concepts that you guys have heard of before, but I want, like, we're going to start applying them. So for example, tempo. When we get a pick on somebody, the goal is not to chase and see if we can kill somebody else. The goal is to use the tempo from killing that person to get a reset, so we're on the map first with more numbers because they're fucking dead, so we can make our actual play that wins us the game.
Yep.
You guys did so many plays in this game where you start off beautifully. You pick somebody, and then instead of rotating to Grubs, you start jelking in their fucking raptor pit for 15 minutes, and then you lose the game. Take the pick, convert it to something. And matchup understanding. This is why I pick like Lucian Nami instead of something else, because I know Lucian Nami's a really good bot lane pairing. You guys gotta lead bot lane. Using your matchup knowledge or the strength of your matchup, you need to be able to get the push. If you get the push, you can move first, which creates numbers advantage. Yeah. Nostalgia can gank. He's not here. Rest in peace. I hope he's in hell right now. But vision also, right? Like, so even if the enemy jungler's like alive and nearby, like let's say you guys are playing aggressive bot lane and you have Tribrush and his Krug's warded, it doesn't matter that he's still technically hovering here if you know that you can get your play off before you can affect the outcome, right? It's still technically going to be 2v2 or 3v2, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's vision can help in positioning, right? So even if you have neutral numbers like 5v5, I'm always wanting to play the neutral number fights if I have position advantage. If the enemy has to funnel through a choke, if they have to face check when they don't have vision, if they have to like split, like let's say we're in the pit first and they have to come from both sides. Well, now we can choose like which side do we collapse on, like, or maybe they have like an immobile mage here who can't connect with their team, so they're pretty much useless. All of these things funnel down to this core concept: numbers advantage is king. Cool. If we are ever fighting down numbers and or with poor positioning, this is where we need to look at the fight and say, should we even be fighting this in the first place? Like, I don't care, like, oh, if I just hit this ability, we win the fight. I don't care. I want to know why we were even in the position in the first place. That is more important, and we're going to go into that later. So this is number 1. Any questions about this?
Nope.
Okay. Number 2, probability is based. We love probabilities. I love winning, and I like winning consistently because consistency is king. If you have to choose between 80% chance of something succeeding or 50% chance of something succeeding, I'm always taking 80% because, yeah, like no shit, it's going to happen more often. But also, you will make mistakes. You will miss skill shots. You will fucking like fuck up your flash. Pro players do this all the time. It's not a question of if, it's a question of when. So any choice that we make, once again, dictated by numbers advantage or vision or tempo or item spikes or matchup knowledge or all these other things that we talked about in the previous slide, will make the chance of your play increase in likelihood. So that way when you do make a mistake, oh shit, dude, even though I did miss 3 abilities, we're still going to win the fight because we're fulfilling all these other prerequisites that are giving us an advantage. So higher chances of success, better outcomes more often, and mitigates times when mistakes happen. But any questions on this? Probability? Like
Nope.
why we do this?
Nope.
Okay, good. Plans. So League is like science. Improvement comes from repeatability, and repeatability comes from things like plans and setups. This is, I'm going to show you a little bit more on the next slide, but like it makes sense, right? You set a plan, you execute the plan, you review, did it go poorly or did it go bad? And then you revise it for next time. Same thing with like science shit, right? So you don't go into a game, say, oh, we're gonna see what happens, and then you throw shit at the wall and see what sticks. It's like, no, you practice a very specific thing, and then you learn if it works or not. And then when you do that, you either learn a way that it doesn't work, or you gain confidence and you can understand what you need to focus on to improve even more. So repeatability and plans, super, super important. Any questions here?
Nope.
Cool. Now we're going to talk about something called round-based macro. Has anyone heard of round-based macro before?
I don't think I've heard of that term.
Not that term,
Do you
but
mean like taking turns essentially? Like everyone has their own turn, or
That's part of it, but yeah, could you explain that to me? Like what's a turn?
I guess it kind of applies to like tempo. So for example, like if we used our tempo to go take Grubs and then we're late to reset for Drake, like we used our turn to take Grubs essentially, and now their turn is on Dragon, so we shouldn't be contesting the Dragon.
Sure, yeah. I think that's a great way to put it.
Or
I
like a
would
simplified
use
version, I guess.
Yeah, that's a very good broad overview because there's like there's a million other ways we could go. Like for
Or, like,
example, if
taking
we
a turn
take
at a time,
Grubs,
yeah.
if we do anything and then the enemy then responds afterwards by doing something, we don't necessarily have to lose. Like we can take another turn on their timer, right? Like if we do something and then they do something, but the problem happens like if we do something and at the same time they're doing something else, then you can get a little fucky. But I use turns more of like an individual sense as well. But okay. So round-based macro, a round is when you open the map as 5 to when you reset as 5. I think the best comparison here is if you play Valorant or CSGO. Any gamers in here who play these games?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So like you're in your base, you're playing T side, and you're like, all right, guys, what bomb site are we gonna hit? Right. You don't just run around and hope shit happens. Even if you're playing like to default, like the goal of a default is to
Figure out where the players are so you can
create a
go.
numbers advantage.
Yeah.
Exactly. You get a pick, and now you are in a 5v4, which is exactly slide number 1. So, but the goal is like the point is there's always a goal for the round. So when we open the map as a team, it's super simple what our goal is for the first round of like from when you open the base to when you reset. What's our goal for round 1? When the game starts, minute 0 to minute like whenever everybody resets, usually around like 4 minutes. 0 to 4 minutes. What's our goal?
I mean, I guess he was just trying to get info.
That's part of it. I would say that's like, okay, yeah. Like, there's no bad ideas here. Anything you think of right now, throw it out. Like, what do you think? So somebody says info.
Sorry, just to
Establish the
clarify,
lanes and winning matchups.
So the goal is we want to plant a bomb on bomb site A. That's like our goal in CS:GO. What is the equivalent for round 1 in League of Legends that we were playing for, or like who determines it? Like, what could it be? What could our goal be for round 1?
I mean, if we're saying like very, very first thing, I guess it'd be coming down to, are we 5-pointing guarding entrances? Are we looking for an invade? Are we lane swapping? Like, are you talking about like the very, very start of the game, or like as we start lane phase?
So those are all individual turns, and I would ask you at a more fundamental level, like, why do you do those things? Because our goal is to what?
Establish control.
Okay, I'll literally give you an example. So a goal from round 1 is we're going to full clear, top into bot side, secure scuttle, and we're going to hover for a gank timer. That is it. That is our goal. And now what you say, all these things, we need to get info. We need to get wards. Oh, well, maybe we need to lane swap. We need to find a timer to swap. Maybe we need to do this and do that. All of these things are ways that individual players on the team can relate their turns to the outcome of the round. So, for example, if we're playing Viego's pathing into bot side here to play for like the Jinx rel lane, beautiful. Like, I mean, like for some reason, maybe this top lane matchup isn't gankable. Whatever, who cares? What could the other players on the team do with their turns to make this plan more successful?
Well, Galio could shove and try to get info on the enemy jungler's pathing to make sure that gank works.
Yeah, 225 ward here. Beautiful use of your turn, right? Great.
Yeah.
Top laner, what's your job in this situation?
With the info that we have, I can either also shove or play back if a jungler's passing towards me.
Yeah, it depends. Like it is. You're right. Contingent on the info you get. Until you get this info, you're operating under the fact that you're going to be weak sided, right? Because your jungler's pathing away.
Mhm.
So the play is not around you. So you are until you know where the enemy jungler is. Remember, I said vision and numbers advantage are king. You're going to pretend like you're in a 2v1 because you cannot safely take aggressive trades when your jungler is pathing away from you. Like, it is what it is. So if we want to let Aurora play safely, then info is super important. And now we need to find out, how can we get this info? So then what do we do at the beginning of our game? If we're pathing top to bot, Aurora wants to play aggressive, but we want to play for our bot side. Do we 5-point or do we invade their top side to get early vision, right?
Yeah.
So all these decisions you make are informed by your goal. And now what happens here is, let's say Galio gets a push mid, gets a turn, wards here. Like, what else does Galio need to do? Maybe the answer is nothing. So any other time Galio gets a turn, he can use that turn for his own goal, which is like to get himself ahead.
Yeah.
So this could be taking a reset. This could be looking to trade. This could be doing some other random shit. He could walk in circles. Doesn't matter. Any of this not make sense?
Nope, this all makes
Nope.
sense.
Makes sense.
Okay. This is the easiest part of the game because there's nothing to happen. But like round 2 is where shit kind of hits the fan.
Yeah.
Round 2 is you have to make a decision. What is that decision? What happens after 4 minutes?
What are we doing for grubbies?
Or dragon, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's first objective. And this is why you need to have a plan. Let's pretend like we want to play for dragon here for whatever reason. We want to play for dragon. Like, let's say like they have a super oppressive top lane. We can't contest. Jinx is 2 week early. We'll never be able to get prio top. So we're going to play for dragon here. Same situation, right? Because Viego's going to reset topside. These camps respawn at 420. We're in the same situation again. We're clearing top to bot. How do we play for dragon here? Like, what's everyone's goal or job for the goal?
Well, I guess bot's just trying to get a wave in to get it back in, so you can spend your gold and then get vision around it before we do it.
Mhm.
If you have prio, obviously.
Sure. So like bot lane, your goal is to find a back timing.
Yeah.
Right now, every bot lane in the world is recalling in like the 4 to like 4:30 window. If you watch LPL, if you watch LCK, even if they're not contesting grubs, they find a back timing around this timer. And also, I'm going to ruin what mid lane's going to do. Mid lane also TPs in that 4 to 4:30 timer every single game to be as strong as they possibly can. If our goal is we know we cannot contest grubs because they're super strong, what does that mean that we should not do as a jungler then?
We should not be pathing back towards topside.
Yeah, we probably shouldn't be doing anything involved in topside activities, but also something that I think is really important for people to realize is there might be a tantalizing opportunity to fuck around and look for other plays. And the only way that this is allowed is if you looking for this play does not jeopardize the outcome of the team's goal. If we are playing for this, this is not like, oh, we can kind of get this whenever. It's like, no, we are taking this because we cannot take this. We have to do it while they are doing this. Otherwise, we just fucking lose both. And you cannot lose Grubs and Dragon and then potentially First Blood. And now you're one objective away from losing Feats of Strength at 6 minutes. That just can't happen.
Yeah.
So understand like what your job is. Like, oh, but their mid laner is overextended. I don't care. We're playing for fucking Dragon. So problems here. The hurdles that every team needs to get over are the team is more important than yourself. This is completely the opposite compared to solo queue, because solo queue, you need to be selfish if you want to win the game. Like, you need to choose every opportunity to sneak an extra wave to get your item spike. There will be opportunities where you need to drop a jungle camp. You'll need to drop half a wave. You'll need to literally leave base instead of waiting 40 gold for your item because the team needs you on the map. It's better for you to be there as all 5 and you not have an item spike than it is to delay the whole play, putting your team at a numbers disadvantage, and then you're fucking late. And now it doesn't matter that you got your item spike because you're sitting there choked out of vision, and now you lose the game anyways. Mm-hmm. So the team is always more important. I would say like maybe like the only case scenario is this is like level 15 Kassadin or some shit, or fucking like he's like, just a little bit, guys, just one more wave, you know? And then like identity, some players naturally tend to enjoy playing one style of play more. Like they love playing super aggressive bot laners and in lanes where, or matchups where they need to just like wave clear and chill the fuck out. They struggle. It happens, but this is why, once again, developing what your plan is helpful, because now it will tell you what your job needs to be. And then volatility, you know, people like to fight for fun. Higher level gameplay, a lot of the time, you're not going to see very many kills at all. It's going to be people catching waves. It's going to be people rotating. It's going to be people doing really fucking boring shit, because they understand if they fight and they're down numbers, they're going to lose. If they fight and the enemy has item advantage, they're going to lose. If they fight and the enemy has better positioning, they're going to lose. So they just don't. And then they play when they do have that stuff. And then ending. So this is another one. I call this the never ending story, because you'll do a good thing. You'll do a good deed. You'll pick the enemy support who's being a pig, and then you will take an objective. And instead of ending your round there because you have accomplished your goal, you'll say, oh, but what about this one more wave? Oh, and then shit, okay, Grubs are up in 15 more seconds. Oh, then after that we can get... No, because now the enemy is going to kill you and you're going to lose so fucking much. Be okay knowing that you cannot contest everything on the map. It will happen. It's okay. End the play. It's better to do but you have to get this through your head. Like I promise. And then you can get like fancy and shit, like making trade plays, like cross mapping. You take super aggressive plays. I love it when teams want to play aggressive, but the key is like calculated aggression. Like you don't just slam your fucking face into the enemy and hope that you handscap them. You set yourself up for better plays so you can invade, you can dive, all this fun shit, but you have to know when to do it. Does anyone have any questions about this so far? Because we're going to now look at the game that you guys just played, and we're going to apply these concepts to the game. I want to make sure you understand them.
Yeah, I'm done to just look at the games already.
Yeah.
You what already?
Like,
with the games?
I'm just done to look at the games, yeah.
Okay, cool.
I'm ready. It's going to be more specific.
Yeah, but like these are concepts that you need to know to apply them. Otherwise, yeah. Okay. Anyone else have a problem?
No. And then, so Block, I'll just give you a bit of a background on our team as to kind of what we've done in the past. Because, so to be honest, like someone can let me know if they disagree. So we played 2 splits ago together in Aegis as this 5-man roster. We won the league. When we played that way, I think that we acknowledged some fundamentals, but I think the reality of it is when we were playing, we pretty much just like, we played 5v5 team comps. We never really played 1-3-1 comps, and we just hands checked all the teams that were in the league at the time. And so I think the way
some macro concepts down, but like
yeah.
a lot of the time we were taking way riskier plays than we should have. Just
Yeah,
because we
we're not-
knew we would win.
We're not idiots by any means, but I think that, like, for example, like when you came in and asked like what's our goal for the scrim, like what before the game, like we never really talk about, okay, we're gonna, like, we say, like, in the game we'll be like, okay, we could lane swap here, but we never go in saying, okay, our plan is we're giving Drake, we're gonna fight Grubs, we're lane swapping at this time, everyone have to be ready. I think that's fair to say, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think that we know these things, but I think that it will be good to now have you like here to like talk about them going into the game, because usually the only thing we talk about going into the game is we talk about lane states and what Nostalgia's first clear is. But I think that it's important to do like what you're saying right now, because our last team when Havoc and I were playing, we started like doing this, and I think it'll like really help, because I think that like a lot of us like took like a month or two off and haven't played, so like we might be like a little bit rusty and everything, and this is our second scrim and stuff. But I think this stuff is gonna like really help, I guess, take us to that next level as a team where we're hopefully just
Yeah.
gonna start stomping once we get this shit down and have our plans going into games.
You guys aren't idiots at all by any means, and like this stuff that I showed you was not supposed to be revolutionary. It's supposed to be like, this is the standard. Like, so
No, for sure. I just
Like-
wanted to clear it up and make sure you don't think we're just some. Because when you asked if we're here to like have fun or win, I wanted you to make sure to know that we're not just like here to like just have fun. Basically, like we want to win. Yeah, that's it.
that's chill. I mean, like there's also like no shame in like not knowing some stuff. Like I'm coaching two teams that are like 1,000 LP higher than you guys, and they struggle with this shit. So like it's chill. But okay, so round one, what was the game plan?
I don't think there was a game plan, to be honest with you.
No, I don't think we discussed it.
There was there was
I mean,
concepts of a game
I guess
plan.
we
That's
we
what
did
makes
kind
say
it
that
Americans.
we were. Yeah.
Like, we know that we wanted to play around bot side.
Yeah, there's a winning matchup. It's good. And Nostalgia starting topside ish, right?
Mhm.
So the plan can literally just be,
At bot.
yeah, beautiful. Like that can be, it can be this simple. It doesn't have to be super extravagant. The part is now like, how do we all connect ourselves to the play? And like, let's see like what we do. So every time we get a turn, you need to ask yourself like, okay, is our turn doing something useful or are we fucking around? Okay. Trading a little aggressively, but I like that top lane. Good. Mid lane, you're gonna have a turn. What are you gonna use your turn for? Let's
I
see.
put a ward, but it is a terrible ward, and I said this in game. Like I should be putting that on Raptors. It gives us it protects me, I guess, but it gives us no information on what J4 is. So yeah, if I
The
put that,
fuck?
like I need to walk further to put
mean,
that, so
I
we,
just think the
we
ward
know
is-
the Raptors are gone.
Here's my problem. At this point, though, regardless of where J4 started, these Raptors are going to be dead.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. It's too late.
Mm.
I mean, like, good intention, it doesn't really do anything other than protects you because now you can play bot side of the lane and
Yeah.
play for nostalgia post crab or
Yeah.
for the crab, which is chill. So like it still gives you a way to play the game. Okay. But top lane, you get a reset, you're chilling.
Mhm.
Where are we going? What the fuck just happened? Wait, sorry, hold up. What did I miss? How did we come bot lane and kill them? And then we weren't able to contest the scuttle crab. Oh, because Nico is here. Got it.
Yeah, and like I saw Nico, and I walked up, and I need to hover that side way harder and respect it.
Damn, they towered of the fuck out of you. But that's chill. Like it is what it is. We got bot,
Yeah.
we got first blood. And here it comes. Nostalgia should be resetting. Okay, we're starting round 2. What did we say we were gonna play for this game? Grubs or Dragon?
I think we
I
decide.
asked and we literally
Yeah.
said like we had no clue, I think. I always ask like when objective spawns, what are we gonna do and shit, and like we just don't ever have a plan, I guess.
So yeah, so use your timer. Like once again, like you leave the bases 5, you accomplish a goal. As you're resetting, you're talking about what the next goal is going to be. So
Yeah.
from the time you're resetting to when you're opening the map, you guys did a really good job calming like lane assignments. I think this is great. A lot of teams struggle with it. You guys did a pretty good job about it. So like that's good. like the other thing is like your lane assignments, or like you need to understand. Oh, this is a much better word, by the way. I like this. Like, what are we going to do with our timers? Like, how are we going to play the objective? We see Jarvan, we see a mid lane. So what are we going to do here? We're hovering mid. This is chill. Like, I'm okay with this. They're on Dragon.
Yep. And we were surprised because we didn't know they were on Drake. Like we had no like we saw G4 move there, but we didn't know they started it. And I cannot walk against a Nico in a G4.
Yep. You guys don't have bot prio, which is fine, but your jungler's bot side. So what does this mean? What does this mean about what we want to do?
It means what we wanted to do is kind of cooked.
It's a
Because,
little
like,
hard. Yeah.
we can't really play for Grubs at this point.
Why not?
I mean, if we go to Grubs now, the Drake is going to be done by then. No, oh no, J4 is not on it right now. Actually, I see on the map. Never mind. Yeah, we can just play Grubs here.
Yeah. Or you can just catch the wave second and then see what they do. Because look at this. The most important part of this fight is control of this brush. If you have control of banana brush, it makes playing fights so much easier. Same thing here.
Yep.
It like basically splits the map or like the pit in half.
Mm-hmm.
So when we look at this, we catch second. All catching second means, by the way, is that they take their turn first. There's a concept called like, and this is like where turns are, right? So like the concept of a turn that I like to describe it is you push a wave and now you have the option to do anything you want on the map, and no matter what you do, the enemy has to make a choice that loses something for them. That something here is time if they wait and stay and clear the wave and then move, or they lose gold if they drop the wave and move immediately. Either one is advantageous for you because you took your turn. The problem here is if you take your turn, by definition, the enemy, if they choose one option, will get to respond, right? Because, you know, like minion waves aren't infinite. So you guys catch second, which means the most dangerous part of anything here is this brush. Once you have control of this brush, it no longer becomes dangerous for you. Here we are. There's no reason for like this, like we're splitting our plays. Like, what's our goal here? If the waves are neutral, do we want to move over together and contest this? Or do we want to play on this wave and push it and deny them a wave for being on Dragon right now? Like, what's our goal? What are we trying to do?
Just push and pre-Drake.
Well, you can't do that.
Well,
By the
we
time
can
you
do- we can
push,
do both.
by the time you push, the dragon's done. Or like you can push and then fight them. Like the dragon is done. You didn't even push the wave. You kind of like walked around in circles doing nothing, actually. You autoed the minion one time. So my question still stands. What's the plan?
Well, because I'm pretty sure at that moment of the game, nobody really noticed that they were even on Drake. So, like, we were going to play for it, and then when Nostalgic started walking into the river, then, like, we started fighting, so I was rotating to
You
the
guys
fight,
didn't know
actually.
now? You see Jarvan here,
Yeah, I don't know. Nobody called that shit. And yeah.
and you
I
guys
think-
lose bot prio.
I think we called it, but we thought that he was looking for a play mid, and like I think
Oh,
in
he's playing
theory,
line brush. Like
yeah,
here.
I think in theory what we should do is like if we even think there's a possibility they could be on Drake, is Nostalgia just walks up, we push the wave, we force Azir to make a choice, then we walk in together.
You have two options. Like Nostalgia can walk mid and play to help mid get prio, or Nostalgia can walk bot and help you guys get prio.
Yeah.
Either one is fine. The problem here is like we're making a play mid, as then we're trying to make a play bot, but then we also try and catch the wave bot, and then now we just fight the dragon. And luckily, watch what happens. You guys actually end up in a really good scenario. You drop dragon, but now Jarvan just had to EQ out, and he's 0 HP. What does this do for us? Why is this advantageous for us?
This means that we can now go to Grubs because he has to reset.
Because there's no way in shit Jarvan can recall for 8 seconds and walk from base all the way up here after regenning and get here in time to stop us taking at least 2 of these grubs, right?
Yeah.
But we're chasing instead.
Why?
Because
Why
we
are
have
we
no
chasing?
plan. Like nobody called anything. We had no plan of if this happens, then just
You could still be walking to grubs right now, by the way.
yep.
This is your timer to walk to grubs. Oh, it's not anymore because look what happened. Mid lane got crash, had a timer, wasn't able to use the timer for anything, so now the wave's going to push out.
Yeah.
Bot lane's going to be on reset. Their Jarvan is in base resetting. Uh-oh.
Rise.
Our timer to do this was here. The second he does this, nice, sick, yes, because the goal was always an objective. Always the objective. The way I think about kills are great if they're given to me for free.
Mhm.
If we are at the objective first with numbers, if we're playing for something and the enemy kills themselves into us, I'm taking that every fucking day. I am never sacrificing the outcome of the round to chase for a kill that is not guaranteed.
So do you
It's just-
think do you think it was worth for me then blowing this, like doing this to try kill? Like I
Of
blew his
course.
flash, so that's fine, right? But it's
Of
taking the
course.
Raptors after that we shouldn't, right?
It's walking
should
into the
just walk.
pit
Yeah.
and then taking the Raptors and then not immediately like pushing and resetting. Or maybe you guys do immediately. Yeah, you do. You're just a little late.
So in theory here, after they push this, they should reset. Top should also be resetting and then going bot, right?
No, you guys should have done that 2
No?
minutes ago if you were going to do
Okay,
that.
okay, yeah. So at this point, yeah, okay.
And you would have, it's 6:37 and they're just now here. I guarantee you guys take these grubs in like 20 seconds, 25, 30 seconds you take the grubs? No? Like, no one's saying that these take more than 30 seconds for you guys to take, right?
We
Yeah.
have Diana Volibear that you
Yeah,
bring that.
So-
take it fast.
This is racially motivated and it should never happen. And it makes the game more hard for you. You're just making the game harder for no reason. That's my problem.
Yeah.
And now you have to ult out, and now you're like, shit, guys, we lost Dragon and Grubs. What do we do?
Yeah.
Oh, man. Yeah.
Big.
I like how you open bot here. Like, this is good. Good cover. And now you're kind of stuck like, well, shit, dude. This is what I call tempo roulette. It's where, okay, so Hoi just came out of base. Great. So now we get a kill. But oh shit. Okay, now Volibear's going to push this wave, and now he wants to reset. And now like Nasald's farming camps, and then okay, after this, like what's he going to do? Is he going to walk over here? How much gold is he sitting on? 1,200 gold? Sick. When we aren't all taking bases at similar times, we end up in situations like this where, oh guys, I can't fight. I'm sitting on so much gold. But oh shit, I need to reset because I'm fucking dead. Or our bot lane has been on the map. They're trying to make aggressive plays. Like you guys just came off of base on serrated Dirk. Like you need to do this to play the game. This is how you play Lucian Namis. But you're not able to make plays safely because we're all just doing random shit. Let's look at something. I saw this and I got really like this is probably like in my opinion will lose you the game against any like decent team. You guys are down 2 grubs to 1 grub here. So you need to play second grubs. If you give them 5 grubs, I think it's so fucking hard to play the game. I'm okay with you guys going down this dragon if it means you got 3 grubs and you're up this amount of kills. This is totally fine because you guys are up 2k gold, almost 1.5k. Totally fine. So here you are. We're resetting. We're playing into here. They blow their whole fucking load to kill Volibear. I'm also so chill with that too because you have teleport, J4 no ult, Jax in hell, Azir in hell. Beautiful. How are we gonna play this?
I mean, literally the entire time leading up to that, we were saying we were going for grubs. He just got greedy and wanted to go for both, I guess.
But you can't. You don't have infinite tempo because look, they blow their whole load on their play, and now their play is over. If they fight you guys for grubs, they lose.
Yeah.
So you want to play for grubs anyways.
Mm-hmm.
Watch, you're gonna get push. Your grubs are up. They're still just coming out of base. We should be already on this shit right now.
I mean, what I don't get is like, in game we're coming that we're sending bot lane top because we want to play grubs, and we're not on grubs. This is disgusting.
Yeah.
Like we called it. Like
You guys
1 minute
should be
prior.
up 6 grubs to 0 grubs.
Yep.
And oh my, like if you guys got that it's basically GG for them. It doesn't even matter that the draft sucks because, I mean, sorry, it's not GG, but it should be GG. I have a whole nother PowerPoint on Grubs that I'm not going to show you right now because I'm fucking tired and you guys are tired and it's late. But 6 Grubs are broken. If you can get 6 Grubs, you win the game. You're never throwing the game to get 6 Grubs, but it's like, yeah, it's like you win the game. So my goal for you guys is if you can clean up your first like 0 minutes through like 12 minutes, this is like opening the game through second Grubs. You guys are going to be infinitely better than 95% of any other team playing in whatever league you're in, AML, Titan, Conqueror.
And
Is that what
that's
it is?
what we used to do. Like we used to
Easy.
dominate early game, and the
Yeah.
mid to late game was so easy.
Yeah.
Like we
Every
just
time.
had to play macro, but we were so far ahead that like nobody could match us.